Hi everyone, and welcome to week 5. I've gotten everything back to you, your lesson plan, so hopefully you've looked over those. If you made mistakes, it's pretty common on the first one, and I've given everyone an opportunity to correct any mistakes and turn it in by Tuesday or Wednesday, and if you had any issues getting yours turned in, I may have given you until Wednesday. If I did not give you that option, it's probably because you only lost a point or two, but if you really, really, really want to make up those points, just let me know. So I just sent you an email with an example of a lesson plan that really hits all of the points and does exactly what you should do. So check your Canvas mail for that and take a look at that. But hopefully you can use also the feedback you got from Lesson Plan 1 to help guide you in this week's lesson plan and the lesson plans moving forward. But if you have questions about anything, let me know and we'll take care of it. So we're on to week 5, guys. We have 3 weeks left in this class. So week 5, we are going to be reading just one chapter this week. That's right. Chapter 4, Technology for Diverse Learners. So we're going to be reading that first. And then I'm going to skip down to the blog entry just because that has to do with that. So let me click on it. And open it up. So chapter 4 in your textbook talks about using technology to meet the needs for diverse learners. As teachers, how can you use technology to reach the different types of learners in your classroom? Give at least 2 examples and reference your book at least once. If the reference from the book is long, paraphrase it. I just see I have a typo there. According to APA guidelines. So I don't want a 2 or 3 paragraph quote. If you are quoting something directly, a sentence or 2 at the most is okay for this type of thing, but otherwise you need to be paraphrasing. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and skip ahead to the blog post because it directly relates to what you're reading this week. All right, so let's go back into our module. All right, so we have our discussion question this week. All right, it says you're going to visit forteachers.org, and I think some of you have mentioned this website, so you may already know about it, but I want you to just look around, explore it, and see some of the tools that it offers. Then I want to discuss the tool that you found the most useful or interesting. What are some classroom uses to which you might put this tool? So 1 to 2 classroom uses that you could use this tool for. So here is forteachers.org. You can tell someone else about it down here. But what I really want you to focus on over here is in this yellow box, the tools. QuizStar, Rubistar, any of these. Just take a look at some of these and see which one you think would be most helpful to you as a teacher or to your students. And that brings me to, and as usual, sorry, I'm skipping ahead here. You're going to post your initial response by Wednesday night, and then your responses to your peers by Friday, following our discussion forum guidelines. You guys have been doing a great job. The only thing I would say is just please make sure that you are proofreading before. I think you're typing quickly and then you're responding, but just proofread, because when you're leaving things out of your posts, words, it makes it hard for me to understand. So just please make sure moving forward that you are proofreading everything you do. Emails, it doesn't matter. If it's coming to Burnout, you need to be proofreading it. All right, and so track star assignments, what we're going to have this week. This is your one of your main assignments for this week. It's worth 30 points. And this is one of the tools you'll notice over here on the website on forteachers.org. So you have some pretty specific instructions about what you're going to do, but you're going to build a track, all right? And I'm going to show you some examples, tell you how to do that. So let's make this a little bit bigger. And I'm trying not to just read to you, but I want to make sure that you get everything. So you're going to be creating a track in Track Star. So you're going to choose a topic and a grade level of your choice. So after you've read the pre-planning tutorial, which is on their website, on this right here, you're going to go to their website, and you've got that there as well, and you're going to click on Track Star. So what I want you to do first of all is search and look at some tracks that exist. So under Find a Track, type a topic of your choice in the keyword box, click Go. If it comes up and it looks interesting and you want to look at it, it'll give you a couple of options about how to view it. You want to choose View in Frames. So you can look and see what some of other people have done. So once you've looked at several tracks and have an idea about how they work, you want to make your own. But it's going to be important to plan and research your track thoroughly before you create it. So the tracks that we will build are be of the worksheet variety. So that's the kind you're going to choose. And here's the criteria. It should follow one theme or topic. So maybe you're teaching outer space, something about outer space, or maybe you're teaching parts of a sentence or types of writing, just something like that. So you may need to be one specific topic. So you're going to include at least 3 websites in your track. Your websites must be appropriate to the topic as well as age appropriate for your students. And you should have a question or something to guide the students with the website. And you're probably like, what in the world are you talking about? I'm going to show you an example. So just give me a second. So once you've done that, you're going to write your track will be assigned a number, and that's what you will turn in here to me as a number, okay, or the website. But you want to make sure that you have the number so I can get it. Here, right here, tells you how to build a track in TrackStar. You can download it and print it out. Might be easiest because that way you could refer to it as you're working. But here it is. I'm not going to go through it, but it's 3 pages, so don't miss anything. All right. So let's take a look at a couple of tracks. Okay, so this one right here, I'm going to pop back out and I'm going to start with the track description. So this is what the person would see coming up to your track. And so it's got the grade level, okay, the subject area, all right, and then it's got a description. So you need a description. What's the purpose of this? All right, now we're going to click View in Frames, and you can see here they have 3, well, this person actually has 4 websites over to the side. So we got the first one, Kids Astronomy. And they have some directions. You're going to click on a star type to learn more about each one. Once you've discovered the stars, return to the main page and answer the following questions they have a worksheet that they've given their students to do. All right. Then they have another one, and this has separate directions. You can see here that this whatever this website was is no longer, but you can get the gist of it. Up here is some instructions about what to do with whatever pops up down here. So this is telling them to answer some questions. And this one is telling them to do the same thing. And then they have a thing. It says, now that you've learned all about stars, you'll be given a chance to create a life cycle of a star on a sheet of paper provided. And so it's given them this as an example. Here's an example of another one. I'm going to pop back out of the track description. And this is for intermediate 3 to 4. It's another science one. This one they're talking about planets and the solar system. So we're going to click View in Frames. All right, so we start off here with this website, the inner planets. On a sheet of paper, answer the following questions. So it gives them 3 things to do. And this is a great thing when you're giving kids, some research work on the computers and you're giving them websites to go to. This is a great way to make sure that they are staying on task. Now, you could even have them open up a separate tab and answer questions in Google Docs if you wanted to, if you didn't want them to write it on a piece of paper. And then this one is telling them to do similar things. And if this one right here, it never popped up for whatever reason, but it has a game. So it tells them to play the game and to use the game to help them answer a question. So it doesn't have to just be read and answer questions. It's whatever you feel is useful to them to that website. You just want to make sure they have specific instructions, something to show for what they are doing. So that's what it is. And that's all this is. So you'll get to play around with this tool a little bit and build a track. All right, so let's go back into this week. We've already talked about blog entry 5, and we have another lesson plan this week. So let's take a look at this. All right. Pull down. All right, we are basically following the same format that you have been doing. This week we're focusing on web-based applications or other digital applications. And in this sense, we're thinking about things students can use to create something once again, and we're thinking about something like TrackStar. How could you utilize something like this with your students? Could you have them make a track? Could you have them use something else if you don't want to use TrackStar in your lesson plan, but some other kind of digital application, something students can use to create something? Prezi would be another one, Google Slides. There's lots of things out there. You might even find some things on forteachers.org that you could use for this part of the lesson plan. As usual, your rubric is down here below. This is again worth 50 points. A lot of people are not giving me that good description and title that I'm looking for, so make sure that you are doing that and you're really giving me some information about your grade level and class profile. Even if it's the same as last week, it still needs to be there. And I will probably go back in and create this one to look like the others so you can see it's mostly, minimally, not done at all, that kind of thing. All right, so that is what we are doing this week. If you guys have questions about anything, please let me know. I hope that these lesson plans are going to be things that you can use as you move forward, or at least use something from them, even if you don't end up teaching exactly what it is that you're working on here. So please make sure that you are using topics and subjects that you are truly interested in, that way that you're not wasting your time with these things. All right, guys, I'm going to be working on grading week 4. I hopefully will get to it a little quicker than I did week 3. I just want to make sure that I give your lesson plans attention. So it may be Thursday or Friday before everything gets back to you. If you have questions or need anything, let me know. I had a student with a great idea wanting to ask me about some different technology tools. So I'm thinking our last week of class, I'm going to offer just a live session, and we can do that in our conferencing tool over here. And if you want to, not mandatory, just voluntary, can pop in and see some examples of some other things. So if you have questions that you want answered, or if you have just anything you want me to try to research and see if I can figure out for you, let me know, and I'll be doing that in the meantime. All right, guys, have a fabulous week, and I will see you soon.